What's up everybody, it's BB and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Bitcoin. It's been on a wild ride over the past few years and a lot of you have been asking me, how can you actually make money with it? So that's exactly what we're going to break down today. We're going to be going over 3 smart strategies to potentially make money with Bitcoin, whether you're just getting started or you already own some. I'm going to give you the rundown of everything you need to know, from the simplest methods to some more advanced strategies. So let's jump right in. Alright, so the first strategy is probably the most straightforward, and that's buying and holding Bitcoin. This is a long-term strategy where you basically buy Bitcoin and hold on to it for years to come. Think of it like investing in real estate. You buy a property and you expect its value to go up over time, right? Buying and holding Bitcoin is similar. You're betting on the fact that Bitcoin's value will increase in the long run. Now, why do people believe Bitcoin's price will go up? Well, there are a few reasons. First, Bitcoin has a limited supply. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins. And as more people get interested in Bitcoin, the demand goes up, but the supply stays the same. Basic economics tells us that when you have limited supply and increasing demand, the price tends to rise. Second, Bitcoin is decentralized, meaning it's not controlled by any government or financial institution. This appeals to a lot of people because it means their money is free from government interference or traditional banking fees. And third, Bitcoin is becoming more widely accepted as a form of payment. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but BB, isn't Bitcoin risky? And yeah, it definitely can be. Like any investment, Bitcoin's price can fluctuate, sometimes drastically. It's not like a savings account where your money is guaranteed to grow. There have been times when Bitcoin's price has crashed and some people have lost money. That's why it's crucial to only invest what you can afford to lose and to do your own research. But here's the thing. Despite its volatility, Bitcoin has historically gone up in value over the long term. If you had invested just $100 in Bitcoin back in 2010, it would be worth millions today. So, how do you actually buy and hold Bitcoin? Well, the first step is to create an account with a cryptocurrency exchange. There are a ton of exchanges out there, like Coinbase, Binance, and Kraken, just to name a few. Do your research, compare fees, and choose one that you're comfortable with. Once you've created your account and gone through their verification process, you can link your bank account or credit card and start buying Bitcoin. Now, I recommend setting up recurring purchases if you're serious about buying and holding. This is called dollar cost averaging, and it's a strategy where you invest a fixed amount of money at regular intervals, regardless of the price. Alright, so we've talked about buying and holding Bitcoin, but what if I told you there's a way to potentially earn passive income on your Bitcoin while you hold it? That's where our second strategy comes in. Earning interest on Bitcoin. That's right. You can actually put your Bitcoin to work and earn interest, kind of like a high-yield savings account, but with potentially much higher returns. This works through something called crypto lending platforms. Basically, these platforms act as a middleman between borrowers and lenders in the crypto world. On one side, you have borrowers who need cryptocurrency for various reasons, like trading or maybe even just using it as collateral for a loan. On the other side, you have lenders, people like you and me who have Bitcoin and want to earn interest on it. So how does it work? Well, you deposit your Bitcoin onto one of these lending platforms, and then the platform lends out your Bitcoin to borrowers at a certain interest rate. Now, the interest rates can vary depending on the platform, the duration of the loan, and even the specific cryptocurrency you're lending. Some platforms offer fixed interest rates, while others offer variable rates. Now, just like with any investment, there are risks involved. One of the biggest risks is platform risk. These lending platforms aren't regulated in the same way that traditional banks are, so there's always a chance that the platform could be hacked, go bankrupt, or even just disappear with your money. It's important to do your due diligence and choose a reputable platform with a good track record. Look for platforms that have been audited by third parties and have strong security measures in place, like two-factor authentication and cold storage for their funds. Another risk to consider is market volatility. Even though you're earning interest on your Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin itself can still go up or down. Despite these risks, earning interest on Bitcoin can be a great way to potentially grow your crypto holdings passively. Some popular crypto lending platforms include BlockFi, Celsius Network, and Nexo. If you're comfortable with the risks, earning interest on Bitcoin can be a great way to potentially boost your returns. Alright, so we've covered buying and holding and we've talked about earning interest. Now let's talk about the most exciting and arguably the riskiest strategy, Bitcoin trading. This is where you're actively buying and selling Bitcoin to try to profit from the price fluctuations. Think of it like day trading but with Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin trading is not for the faint of heart. It requires a lot of time, research, and a high risk tolerance. You need to be comfortable with the idea that you could potentially lose a significant portion of your investment, but with high risk can come high reward, and some people have made a lot of money trading Bitcoin. So how does it work? Well, there are a few different approaches to Bitcoin trading. One approach is day trading, where you're opening and closing trades within the same day. Day traders try to capitalize on small price movements by using technical analysis to identify patterns and trends in the market. Another approach is swing trading, where you're holding trades for a few days or even weeks. Swing traders try to profit from larger price swings by identifying overbought and oversold conditions in the market. And then there's also algorithmic trading, where you're using computer programs to automatically execute trades based on predefined rules. This can be a good option for traders who don't have the time to constantly monitor the market. No matter which approach you choose, it's important to have a solid understanding of technical analysis and risk management. Technical analysis is the study of past price data to try to predict future price movements. Risk management is all about protecting your capital. If you're willing to put in the time and effort to learn the ropes, Bitcoin trading can be a potentially lucrative way to make money in the crypto world. So there you have it, 3 smart ways you can potentially make money with Bitcoin: buying and holding, earning interest, and trading. Each strategy has its own risks and rewards, so it's important to carefully consider your investment goals, risk tolerance, and financial situation before making any decisions. Remember, the cryptocurrency market is still relatively new and constantly evolving, so it's crucial to do your own research, stay informed, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. If you're just getting started, I recommend starting with a small amount of money and gradually increasing your investment as you gain more experience and confidence. And remember, this is not financial advice. I'm just a guy on YouTube sharing my personal opinions and experiences. It's always best to consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. That's it for today's video. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos on Bitcoin, investing, and personal finance. And as always, thanks for watching.